Thank you so much for coming. I got to say, I was thinking about it today. I think you're in like 4 of my favorite movies of all time. Mad, 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 Mad World. You're in The Great Race, which when I was a kid was my favorite movie. I think The In-Laws. Probably if you're going to pick 5 funny.
That's the one I like.
That's the one you like. 5 really funny.
That's the one I like. I think The In-Laws to me is really an inspired script. But,
right.
It's the kind of thing, I don't know how many of you have seen this picture, but it looks like random madness. It looks like just silliness.
Right.
And it's a miracle because at the end it's a coherent story.
Yeah. Which never happens in American movies anymore.
No, particularly in comedies.
Yeah. Or here. It never happens here. It never ends coherently on this show.
No, that is not true.
Thank you. I'm a god. Remember, Conan O'Brien rocks, Conan O'Brien rules. It's going to be a big hit.
I understand.
Columbo won 5 Emmys for you. 5 Emmys. What is it when you have? If I had 5 Emmys, and I'm not kidding, if I had 5 Emmys, I would mount them on the hood of my car and drive around so that everybody could see that I had 5 Emmys.
Yeah, but sometimes when you have things in a room and they've been there for a long, long time, so you don't notice every time you walk in a room that they're there. But one day I walk into the room, where's the Emmys?
Right.
I yell to my wife, where are the Emmys? She says, they're up in Lenny's room. I go up there, I don't see them. I said, they're not here. She says, they're on the chest facing the bed.
Right.
Well, now I look, I don't see them. And then I see, oh, that little black base that sits under some hair. I said, that base is the base of an Emmy. And that hair is the hair from a lady's wig. Now I understood what happened. My wife, God love her, I could strangle her. She's using my Emmys for a wig rack.
I can't believe this is true.
No, I tell you it's true. I brought a picture.
You have a picture?
People don't believe this. I brought a picture. Show them the picture.
Oh, wow. Wow. There you go. Well, when they're all together, it looks like the band Aerosmith, when they're all together. Now, something you're not afraid to talk about is you have a...
I'm glad you mentioned this. Columbo is on tomorrow night at ABC.
I was going to mention that, yeah. It's right here. That comes at the end when we plug the... Yeah.
Right, I'm sorry.
How dare you? Do you know who I am? You are not afraid to talk about the fact that you have a glass eye, and in fact, you have a lot of fun with that. You've actually you played practical jokes with the fact that you have a glass eye.
Well, the thing is this, when you're young and you got a glass eye, you dread that moment where some other kid's going to come up to you and say, what's the matter with your eye?
Right. Because
How come one don't move,
Right.
That's not good. But then after a while, when you play sports, you get used to it. But when you realize that you can get a laugh, now you're home free. And the first really big laugh I got was when I was playing ball. At Ossining High School, that's where I went to school, the grandstand on the third base side was very close to the third base, actually. And that was important because those people could see and hear everything. And that was important because the play was at third base. And I got called out at third base. It was a bad call, no doubt about it. And when I whipped out the eye, and I handed it to the umpire. And all the guys in the stands, they could all hear what I said. And I said, you'll do better with this one. Yeah, we have a lot of... Go out and get yourself a couple of glass eyes. You've had a lot of...
Keep in your pockets. It's fun, kids.